Vice President Harris began her day in Selma, where she joined hundreds to remember Bloody Sunday. On March 7th, 1965, civil rights foot soldiers marching from Selma to Montgomery crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge and were met with violence. Just take a look at this footage from that day. To this day, it is seen as one of the most pivotal moments in civil rights history because it helped pave the way for the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Now, 59 years later, hundreds gather in Selma on the first Sunday of March at that same bridge to walk in those same steps. Before beginning this year's walk, Harris reflected on the significant role the march had on the fight for civil rights nationwide, speaking of the courage and the resilience of the 600 people who took part that day.
They knew violence against them was inevitable. They knew they would be surrounded by troopers with nightsticks. They knew they might be trampled by horses. Even so, they marched forward. But they were forced to retreat. And yet, they would not be deterred, defeated, or denied. And they returned to this bridge while many were still bound in bandages because they knew what was on the other side.
And while Harris acknowledged the strides that have been made since, she believes there's still a long road ahead for full equality.
History is a relay race. Generations before us carried the baton, and now they have passed it to us. So let us continue to organize, let us continue to fight, and let's make some good trouble along the way.
And as hundreds of people joined dignitaries today commemorating the anniversary, many also reflected on how that day has affected them personally. WVTM 13's Carla Wade shares some of those conversations.
For people attending the 59th Bridge Crossing Jubilee, the focus remains on the historic march from Selma to Montgomery, what it symbolizes, and the change bloodied and bruised civil rights foot soldiers would eventually bring about with the Voting Rights Act of 1965. But for many visitors, it's also about a sense of purpose, community, and continued civil rights progress.
I'm not a tearful person, but I've been shedding tears. We walked over the bridge yesterday just to get the feel. And today it'll mean so much to have the first Black woman vice president to be here.
Penny Marshall is from Delaware and came dressed for the occasion, eager to show off her sweater emblazoned with civil rights icons. She's in Selma with friends from across the country who got together not only to commemorate Bloody Sunday, but also their friend Betsy's 70th birthday.
It felt freeing, it felt inspirational and important. I just wish it was already the John Lewis Bridge.
The commemoration connecting old friends and those who will leave here as friends.
I describe it as a family gathering. That's what because we meet people from all over, from everywhere, and we just all come together and be a part of something that was really not a good experience, but we come together and make the best of it.
Family in Alabama brought Michelle DeSalle and other relatives all the way from the West Coast.
We have never been here before. We're from California and New Mexico. We came out to visit my dad who lives in Alabama, and that was the first thing we said we wanted to do, is see the bridge and to go and see Martin Luther King's church.
Caleb Lacey came with a group of high school fraternity brothers, eager to march across the bridge, saying the annual celebration reminds them they stand on the shoulders of civil rights giants whose work they and future generations must work to preserve.
I'll feel my ancestors watching over us. I'll feel really happy that they're looking down on us, and they'll be proud of us because we're fighting. We're fighting.
Carla Wade, WVTM 13.